Joining us now, a man who played for both Liverpool and Manchester City, won the Champions League, with Liverpool in 2005. Didi Hamann is on the line. Good morning.
Morning, Laura.
Morning, Didi.
Hello.
Morning.
Morning, guys.
Thanks for coming on this morning. Why don't we start with what we were just talking about, because the texts have been flying in this morning, and Adrian Durham absolutely had it really for Atletico Madrid last night, called them cheaty. You heard a few things there, called them the dark arts, and anti-football was maybe the strongest. Where do you stand on this? Do you think that it's win by any means?
Yeah, I couldn't disagree more, Laura. When you play against a team like Manchester City, who are so far superior technically and in terms of players they've got, you've got to find a way to counteract them. You've got to find a way to win games. And I think the last caller or the guy who wrote in summed it up pretty well. He won 2 La Liga titles. He's been to 2 Champions League finals. I think one they should have won against Madrid, where they got their last-minute equaliser. And you've got to find a way to win games. And there's more ways than one to win games. Might not be always pretty to watch. I like watching them, I've got to say, because I think in the past they knocked out teams who are far superior to them, and credit to them.
I tend to agree as well, actually. I'm not sure it is anti-football. I understand what he's saying.
It's all different styles of play, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's still football, and it's still finding... I get that people don't like it if they call it cheating and dirty and things like that, but it's still finding a way, like you say, Didi, to win a game. And if it ends up with winning trophies and winning titles, then you've done the right thing, really. What did you make of City's performance?
Well, I think they've been patient. I think when you play against Atletico, you know what's coming at you. And I think you've got to be patient. And first half was a little bit disappointing for all the possession. I don't think they had one shot on goal or one goal-scoring opportunity. Obviously, they changed. They've got a luxury to bring a Foden or bring a Grealish on. And obviously, Phil Foden made the difference, because he had 1 or 2 moments of brilliance. One, he set the goal up. The other one, De Bruyne probably should have scored as well. And that was the difference. But, you've always got to be aware, because if you can't score, then you have to make sure you don't concede. And, I don't think Atletico had one shot on goal or one chance to score. So it was a very professional performance, and obviously gives them a very good chance to go through next week.
What does he do in the second leg, Didi? Does he go through it? How do you think Atletico will change as well, being at home?
Well, I'm not sure, Ray, whether you've seen the game against Liverpool. That was as well as I've seen a team play against Liverpool in the last 12 months. They were 2-0 down after 10 minutes. And then they battered Liverpool for about 50 or 60 minutes. They got to 2 each. Probably should have been leading 3 or 4-2. And then they had Griezmann sent off, which I don't think was a sending off. And obviously that turned the game in Liverpool's favour again. And I think they've got a team together now. And what do you have to appreciate with them? You've got players like Joao Felix, who cost 100 million, I think. Griezmann. They work their socks off for the team, and you have to appreciate that they all work for the team. But I think this Atletico side got another side as well. I think they can play good football as well, which they showed against Liverpool a few months ago. So I think they'll be more proactive, and whether they've got enough to beat City, because, remains to be seen, because when City play on the counter-attack, when they can sit back and when they've got space, we know how dangerous they can be.
I thought Gabby was going to ask you questions. Sorry, Gab.
I'm still celebrating the quiz. What do you think on Sunday? I mean, it's going to be some game, isn't it? Do you think it's too tough to call who's going to win?
Well, if you look at Liverpool in recent weeks, I think they've got a swagger about them. They've got a confidence about them. Yesterday they play a good first half, then they have a iffy, a fragile half hour, but they still find a way to score the third goal, which probably, even though Klopp doesn't say, probably puts the tie to bed. And I just think that defensively they're maybe a bit more solid. Diaz probably won't play for City. And when you look at the attacking options, I just feel that City only plays one way. I think, as we've seen yesterday, Liverpool can score all sorts of goals. And I really do think that Liverpool won't get beat. Whether it's enough to win the league in the end remains to be seen, because obviously if they do draw the game on Sunday, it's still not in their hands to win the league. But I've got to say that I quietly fancy Liverpool, because for me, at the moment, there's just not a better team around.
If you're Jurgen Klopp, Didi, who's your front three? Because at the moment you've got so many options: Jota, Firmino, Diaz, Salah, Mane. Who would you play up front?
Well, Firmino won't play. Firmino, when he came on yesterday, he did look off colour. I didn't like the way he played yesterday. So probably play. It's a tough one. After yesterday's performance, Diaz probably has to play. I probably play with the guys who played yesterday. Probably start with Mane and Salah on the wing, or Diaz on the wing, and Mane, Salah, and Diaz will be playing up top. But then again, Shota, he's always a player who can be relied upon and can start as well. But I probably will start with the three who started yesterday.
Can I ask you about Mohamed Salah? Because there was an article in the Daily Mail today, Dominic King wrote it, just talking about him looking a little bit off, and he's so desperate to get the goal from open play, but it's not coming at the moment. Last one from open play was February the 19th against Norwich. Do you think it's a concern at all? Do you think he's feeling a little bit flat from the recent international disappointments he's had?
Yeah, maybe he can answer that. I'm not too sure. Obviously, if you miss out on the World Cup, it's a huge blow. And if you lose on penalties, even a bigger blow. But then again, I think his overall performance was all right yesterday. He set the bar very high in the last 4 or 5 years. We compare him to all the great centre forwards Liverpool had. He plays on the wing, and he averages the same number of goals than some of these great Liverpool strikers. So I wouldn't be too concerned because, as a centre forward or a winger, you always have spells where you don't score for a few games or a few weeks. He'll come good again.
Yeah. Okay, Didi, thank you very much. Have a great day.
Cheers, Didi.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods. Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.